Stephon Gilmore just put the entire NFL on notice. He said if the Cowboys get into the playoffs, they winning the whole thing. And after looking at it, he ain't crazy. He ain't crazy at all. Let me show you why every team should be terrified of your Dallas Cowboys. Ooh-wee. Man, that boy Gilly said if the Cowboys get in the playoffs, they will win the Super Bowl. Mark my word. He didn't say words. He said word. So that's obviously, man, a very big statement coming from a very creditable person. Somebody that has championship pedigree, clearly. Somebody that's a defensive player of the year. He know how to win. He know how to prepare. He knows how to be a pro. Even at his latter years with the Dallas Cowboys, he was still one of our best corners. And to be frank, he still should be on the team. I think a lot of teams kind of shied away from him because of the shoulder. Being older in your 30s and having a shoulder, maybe people didn't think he could maybe recover from that. Who knows? But that's a bold statement. Or is it? I don't think it's really bold at all. Because I've also talked about this. I've talked about this. I've done a couple of shows where I've been trying to put people on game on not being part of the Debbie Downers. So one of the shows, I'm gonna make sure that, hold on, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna click here if you want to kind of check that show out. Where I talked about ignore the odds. Because see, it's the odds that's making a lot of Cowboy fans be like, it's over. Let's focus on the draft. And it's like, nah, we ain't really looking at history right. Because it's not just about odds. Because if you look at the odds, obviously it look abysmal. Okay. So even with the win, it's now up to a 9 to 17% chance of the Cowboys making the playoffs. So there's no betting person alive, none, that would be like, oh, give me 9%, give me 17% odds. You could be like, But see, it's certain thing about odds is why I did a show said ignore it when we was getting ready to play Phillies, because it's certain things that odds sometimes don't take into account enough, like momentum, like culture, like improvements, even enough. Most odds go look at opponents, likelihood and toughness of opponents, and they go kind of stop there. So no, and I did another show where I talked about hope, and I meant it. This ain't trying to get y'all to get excited. This is real. Let me explain why I believe Gilly is right. I believe Gilly is hit this thing on the head about what could happen if the Dallas Cowboys get in those playoffs. Because it's a lot of historical proof to what he said. A lot. And see, you got to trust it when somebody that played in the Super Bowl, played at the hottest levels, is making statements like that. This ain't somebody off the street, y'all. This is a pro saying this. So some of this I said before, some of this I'm gonna show you some new things. Okay, so stay with me real quick. One of the reasons why Gilly is right, and I said this before, is because actually we've faced tougher odds before. We forget that it was tougher odds to win it with a rookie Dak. That was almost impossible odds. Think about the odds of somebody coming in as a 4th round quarterback who literally started on 14 on the 4th team in 2016. What's the odds of this dude becoming a starter and winning 11 games? What was those odds, man? Come on now. Those odds was way worse than what we going through right now. Way worse, right? So, and obviously he did it. So in this game, it's a lot of people, they look at odds and they ready to quit. Buzz, it's too little, too late, Buzz. No, sir. Nah, we've seen worse odds. Another odds that was just as bad that people forget. And this is why I said we should have hope. People forgot the odds when we got Amari. Like, I said this before, but I'm just repeating it, but I'm gonna show you some new stuff. But the odds of what happened in 2018, bro, I dare y'all go look at the history of number one receivers acquired mid-season and their success rate. It was less than a 5% chance that Dak and Amari was go click. It was less than a 5% chance, and they clicked immediately. And that was just one acquisition that turned the season. So I supposed to be over here. It's over. And you look at all the acquisitions of the Dallas Cowboys. See, we talking about one. Remember, Amari, his one turned the season. One. And look at all the acquisitions that's not even in place yet. So obviously you got Revel, who will get better and better every time he play. You got Clowney, who is straight up emerging. And I said this 3 weeks ago. We ain't even seen Butler yet. You still got Diggs in reserve. You got Logan in a competition with Murray. So we don't have the best of him yet. And we are still slightly indecisive on what to do with Pickens. Then on top, so I'm saying we got clear upside. So then let's also look at this. Let's just use our imagination real quick. Shout out to my boy Joel Smith. The Cowboys rushing yards per game allowed before Quinton Williams was ranked 28. After Quinton Williams, ranked first. Boss, there's no trade that can save the season, boss. Jerry should just hang it up. Jerry shouldn't make no trades. You foolish. You're being foolish, boss. Wanting them to make a trade, boss. Okay, well. All right, well. No, sir. Team aggressive. Shout out to Jerry Jones, who's also the head and member and the head president of Team Aggressive, the gambler himself. And we followed his lead. We was like, listen, man, you go be aggressive. I'm with it. And he was aggressive. And that's just one. So listen, let me show y'all this, and let's just think about this in common sense. Let's just look at this and think about this in common sense, okay? Let's play a game. Let's play a game called What If, okay? What if you had Quinton Williams? Philly, game 1. Do you win? Do you win that game? If you have Philly game 1, do you win? Yeah, I think you win that game. Because you just needed one stop. I think if you have Philly game 1, you win. Okay, New York, obviously we won. Chicago, I would say no. I would say we, because that was too big of a margin. Stopping the run. Do you beat Green Bay if you got Quinton Williams? I say you win that game. You just needed one stop. So, do you beat Carolina if you got Quinton Williams? Rico ain't getting off like that, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. Does Rico have a game that he had if you got Quinton Williams? Come on now. Let's keep it real now.
Oh, hell! No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So it's easy to project forward now, right? Then on top of this, and when I say project forward, I'm saying going forward in our schedule, how can we not see the ability for us to go on a run? How can we not see that that's possible? Because everybody was scared of the boogeyman in the middle. Look at the middle of the season. Look at the boogeyman, Philly. We got to play. Nah, man, listen. Your Dallas Cowboys are showing they can play with anybody. Especially with the new upgrades. And I already did a show on this. I called it Hope. So I wasn't just talking when I said that. Then let's also look at history. Let's go look at where other teams had to do this. So when San Fran, let me put my picture on here. I ain't did this in a minute. So when San Fran, let's remember what happened in 2021. San Fran started off hot and then just yeah. So 1-1. Then they just went on a losing streak. Yeah. 1. Yeah. So they was sitting at 3-5. Similar to us. And guess what? They had to go on a run. And they did. Look, they had to go on a run. Got one L in there. But they needed to, for the most part, just like we needed to do, mostly win out to make the wild card. And they did. And guess who they faced? Dallas in 2021. And they was favored. You know why? Because of what Gilly said. They was favored to beat us even in our house. You know why? They was coming in hot. We had a better record, but San Fran was favored because they was scorching hot. So I don't see how people can't see that Dallas has a strong ability to be scorching hot. And it's real. It's not games. They gonna have to do it, but it's very realistic. It's not impossible. We've seen it before, and we've faced tougher odds. We have. So I would just say this, man. This is a good time to maybe even look at some bets. I ain't gonna lie to you. So go for a Hail Mary in your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money, and use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. Cause I do stand with Gilmore. I've been standing with Gilmore. I got the video evidence to say I've been saying what he been saying. That it's really, yeah, obviously the odds are hard, but it's not even close to impossible. And the momentum is now clearly with you. And I was doing these videos before we got on this winning streak because I could see the trends of where we was headed and the improvement that was right there with our defense. So if you like this type of content, man, do your boy a favor, man. Hit that like and subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping, and also turn on your notifications too. Don't just hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you turn it on that you get notified when I go live or if I drop a video. That way you can always stay in tune what's going on here at Boss Cowboy Sports with your boy Boss Show Me. I'm out.